Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of MyLamePerspective. Today, we're gonna be looking at a special key that you can make for any Subaru, even if your Subaru has one of those immobilizer chips. Now, if you guys do have a Subaru that needs a push button start, I think unfortunately you're gonna be out of luck. But if you have a traditional turnstile key, but it needs the immobilizer chip, I've got a key that's gonna work. And you may recognize it. It's actually from the 2004 Subaru WRX STI. Now this titanium key, I believe, came from the factory on all 2004s, just like the one you see back here. The problem is that in 2005, they started adding an immobilizer chip to all their keys. So all of a sudden you went from that cool looking key to kind of a generic looking one like this. Now this isn't bad, but we can definitely step up our game a bit by moving into this key. Now, a cool YouTube channel that I found called 802 Projects, he 3D custom designed a little cap that can go on that titanium key. So this little blue guy here actually has a spot inside for the immobilizer chip. Now that little chip itself is pretty small. So now to get that to work, what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to modify this key. So we'll cut this here and get that blue off, and then we'll move over to the custom one that was 3D printed. I'll insert this little black chip inside of here, and then I'll install this on the key itself. The other thing that you're gonna need to have done is you're gonna need to get this key cut. Now, once you get this cut, you're gonna have three options to getting it programmed. The first is gonna be that you can send your key to 802 Projects. And now, if you're interested in any of this, you can actually go to the description down below. I have a list of his website, which is where I bought everything, but you can get the caps that you need. And he also offers a service to program the chip before he mails it back to you. So I only have one key, so I didn't utilize this option, but if this was my second key, I would have sent it in the mail. He could have programmed the chip and then he would have mailed me everything that I need. At that point, you only have to get the key cut, which is pretty easy to do. In my case, I'm gonna go with option number 2, where I'm gonna buy something to program the chip myself, and then I'll be able to program everything and then just have the hardware cut it. Or option 3, you can go to the dealership. They quoted me about $80 to program a chip for me. All right, you guys, quick jump forward. I've already gotten the key cut. Now we're gonna test it in the car before I've programmed the chip, just to see what happens. The car should start and then like immediately turn off without the chip. So here we go. But without that chip, it just won't start anything. So now we've got to come back over here. Next step, we're gonna get this off so we can get this on. And that's a bit of a darker blue, which I think is gonna look better anyways. And then we'll get this chip in. And there's a special way that this needs to go in, so I'll show you guys how to do that too. All right, so a bit of a time lapse here. We're going about 10 times speed. And what I ended up realizing is that it would probably be easiest to just use a flathead screwdriver. I was trying to use the X-Acto knife. Thank goodness I didn't slice my hand open. I almost did a couple times. But you can see here I slowed it down for a second. This is what I would do, is just get a flathead screwdriver and just pry up both of these sides. So you can see there I got that one. Just do that on both sides and then use the X-Acto knife to kind of make a cut down the middle of it. And then that's when I was finally able to get it to pop off. So here, let's fast forward for a second. All right, so here I finally got that cut down the middle, and then you just use the screwdriver and I just split it. And then finally I was able to get it off. There we are, you guys. So now, following his instructions, slowly slide the plastic onto the key and press it into place. There you have it, you guys. I'm waiting for this guy for a couple weeks now, maybe even a couple months. We're gonna see if this fixes all of my problems. All right, so I figured it out, even though it's in Spanish, I think. Put that in there. It's going to say that it can't sense it. I'm going to do it again. Decode. Success. Do you want to copy? And then you take this out. And you put this guy in. And you say yes. Copying. Success. Do you want to program another key? No, I don't. Return. Moment of truth. Let's see if this is going to actually start my car. So we've got the key here. So we're gonna give it a shot. Now I haven't started it and it's pretty cold out. So we'll see if she cranks. Okay. All right, here we go. There we go, boys. My check engine light hasn't magically gone away, but I now have 2 keys for the Subaru. There we go. Let's see if it matters. Probably not. Nope. Oh, that is a good feeling. I do not like having just 1 key, so 2. Alrighty guys, there you have it. 1 STI key works with chipped Subarus. So pretty easy process. Again, programming it was a little bit of a challenge, but again, I would probably just reach out to 802 and just have him program the key for you. Or, you know, buy one of those, what was it, Handy Baby 3 programmers. I got mine for about 150 bucks. So if you're gonna be programming a lot, which I actually do plan to do, I gotta program some new keys for my Toyota. It's actually gonna be handy to have that. But send me a comment down below if you guys have any questions. But for now, I'm actually just gonna let this run for a little bit. For the next project, gotta get these restored. That's terrible, so I gotta get that fixed. Thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. And again, a huge shout out to 802 Projects. Really cool. Glad to be able to do this and finally get a second key. Stay tuned for the next episode where I finally fix those headlights. All right, see ya.